Okay, so this is a log question, and also you need to know this terminology, geometric mean. Couple of terminologies to know. From the log point of view, this question I believe will require a very basic understanding of log. And the basic understanding I'm talking about is something like this. This implies this. All you have to do is understand this. I mean, any property of log is also based on this idea. This is the basic definition of log. When I have something like this, it's basically asking me a question. The question is, what power of 2 gives me 8? So this is the power basically. So you have 2 cube is equal to 8, right? So that is the implication. So just this idea is what we are going to use in this question, along with, of course, geometric mean. I hope you know that geometric mean of two numbers, let's say I won't use x and y in this case, let's say p and q, is basically root over p into q. So these are the two concepts that we are going to use in this question to solve. First thing, let us use the relationship individually. So each of them I'm going to write in terms of a, because the reason I'll explain when I'm looking the entire question. What I mean by entire question is all of it, including the options as well. So I find that I need the geometric mean of x and y, but that is in terms of a, right? If I can figure out in terms of a, then the options are now determinable. So just individually equate this to this and this to this, and then try to draw whatever relation you have. So again, using this idea, so we know that log x base 3 is equal to a implies x is equal to 3 to the power a. Similarly, log of x base 12, sorry, y base 12 is equal to a implies y is equal to 12 to the power a. So this is the basic idea, right? Now, using the geometric mean idea, so geometric mean g is given by root over x into y. Now, this is basic indices. Everybody will be aware of it. 3 to the power a into 12 to the power a is basically 3 into 12 to the power a, that is root over 36 to the power a. Now, square root of 36, see, when it comes to indices, I mean, this kind of things is very important to understand. It's a very simple idea. I mean, do not get confused with it. I hope you know that a to the power b whole to the power c is a to the power b into c, right? Just using this idea, I can always do something like this without even thinking twice. So the same thing, right? A to the power 2 into 3 and a to the power 3 into 2. I cannot do this. This will be incorrect. There is no bracket here. So this is 8 and this is 9. So this is a to the power 8 and this is a to the power 9. This will only be equal if a is equal to 1 minus 1 or 0. But then otherwise it is not equal. But in this case, this kind of thing will automatically happen. The reason I'm telling you this is, if you look at this, it's something like 36 to the power a whole to the power half, which is as good as 36 to the power half whole to the power a, right? The same thing, same idea as this. 36 to the power half is 6. So basically this is 6 to the power a, right? So the g is 6 to the power a. So this is something we obtain. Now because g is 6 to the power a, reverse this thinking. So if g is equal to 6 to the power a, log of g base 6 should be a. Just the same idea in the reverse form. If g to the power 6 is a, then log of g base 6 will be a. So that is this answer. So I hope this was understood. It's trust me on it. I mean, if you're good with these ideas, some basic ideas, and I hope you understand. I mean, not using any properties or anything, right? Just basics principles. If you are very much clear with it, this question will take you hardly 20 to 25 seconds to solve. Because when it comes to algebra type of questions, if you're good with the basics, the advantage is that the information would never be verbose in nature. In arithmetic question, because the basic ideas are very limited, so the question is word problem sort of. You have a lot of words in the problem, so it's a verbose in nature question. But when it comes to algebra, the information given would be very direct. So you don't have to invest too much time to comprehend the question. It's given in front of you. You can just see everything. So all you have to do is know those basic relationships. So the good you are with them, you can quickly solve this. So you can actually solve this question in 20, 25 seconds. maybe less. It depends on your comfortability. So these kind of understandings, I would have hardly written all of this. So I would have directly understood that x is 3 to the power a, y is 12 to the power a. I would not even written this step. I would have simply multiplied 36 to the power a mentally itself, root over is 6 to the power a, and that's it, done. So it will hardly take 15, 20 seconds to solve this. So, but still, I mean, if even if you are decently well with it, you understand the basics. So when I say understand the basics, I hope you now understand the meaning of it. You should be well aware of what these are. So once you know what these are, you can apply them very quickly. So ideal time, I would say definitely less than 1 minute to solve this question, because if you are good with it, you can solve it in less than 1 minute. If you are not, then I don't think you would be able to solve this question at all. So that is the huge disparity in these type of questions. You either know the basics or you don't, and if you don't be able to solve it. You just try to plug in values and try to do it. If you're lucky, you'll get an answer. If you're not, you'll just mess up. So that's it for this question. I hope that was understood. So thank you for joining in.